Hi everyone, and welcome back to Brains Are Beautiful. In today's episodes, we're talking about systems of equations and more specifically elimination. And so if you're looking for a video on substitution, have no fear, I have one of those in the Algebra 1 playlist. Just go check that out. But in this video, we're going to talk about elimination, and we're going to go through 3 examples, with each example getting a little bit harder than the previous. So with that being said, let's jump right into an example. So for our first example, we have 2 equations and 2 unknowns. So x plus y equals, let's say, 5, and x minus y equals, oops, that's supposed to be a minus, y equals 7. And so what elimination does is basically you find a way to add the equations together that gets rid of one of the variables. So let me show you what I mean. So in this example, we already have 1 plus y and 1 minus y. And so when we add this together, we're going to get rid of all the y's. We have 0 y's left. So this equation lends itself to elimination. So all you do is you add straight down just like you would normally adding a number. So 5 plus 7 equals 12. You just bring the equal sign down. And then plus y minus y goes away, and so that's left with 0y. And then x plus x is 2x. So from there, you just simplify the equation. 2x equals 12. And then you divide both sides by 2 to solve for x. And you get x equals 6. All right, we're halfway there. Now we just need the other variable. So from there, we're just going to plug in this number into one of the equations. So I'm going to pick the first equation. 6 plus y equals 5. And so to solve for y, we're going to subtract 6 from both sides, and we get y equals -1. And so there's our 2, and so our solution to these equations are 6, -1. On to example number 2. So let's say we have 2 equations, and let's say our equations are 4x minus y equals 9, and 3x plus 2y equals 4. So I want to use elimination method on this. So since there's no obvious choices as for like which variable cancels like there was before, how we're given a plus y and a minus y, we have to think a little bit more on this one. And so what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for variables with opposite signs. So an x having a plus and a minus in the other equation, or y having a plus in one equation and a minus in the other equation. And then I'm also going to look for multiples of each other. And multiples are just things that you can multiply by a number to get the same thing. So like if I was looking for multiples of 2, the multiples of 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8, on and on and on. So, when I'm looking at this, I noticed that I could easily multiply the first equation by 2 to get to -2y, which would then cancel with the other equation. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply the entire thing by 2, because if we multiply the entire equation, then we're technically keeping the equation the same. So this is going to give rise to 8x, this is our friend the distributive property, ax minus 2y equals 18. And we're actually distributing there too. Alright, and then if we can just bring this equation right on over, 3x plus 2y equals 4. And now we can add these equations together. The y's cancel out, and we get 22, this is 0x, and this is 11x. Oops, so this is 0y. That's 11x. So, simplifying the equation, 11x equals 22, divided by 11, divided by 11, x equals 2. Alright, and we're almost done. Let's go ahead and go back over here. So then you can just take either equation that you want, and you just plug in 2 for x. I'm going to choose the bottom equation. 3 times 2 plus 2y equals 4. And so we just plug the 2 in for x. And now we just simplify for y. So 6 plus 2y equals 4, and 2y equals, subtracting 6, 2y equals -2, which leaves us with y equals -1. So it gives us the ordered pair 2, -1. And this is our solution for the equations. Okay, and last but definitely not least, we have example number 3 for you. So let's say we have the equations 3x minus 2y equals 2 and 5x minus 5y equals 10. Alright, so this is the hardest example we've had yet. And remember what I said earlier about the opposite signs and multiples? Well, they both come into play here. Because if you notice, both of our variables have the same sign in each equation. And neither of them are perfect multiples of the other. So what we want to do is we know we're going to have to multiply one of the equations by a negative. And we know we're going to have to multiply probably them both by a number. So we need to start thinking about what numbers they have in common. So I'm going to look at canceling the y's again. It seems to be a trend right now, but that's okay. And if I look at 2, let's look at the multiples of 2. So for multiples of 2, I have obviously 2, I have 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. And for multiples of 5, I have 5, 10, 15, and so on. And looky there, we have a multiple of 10 there, and we have a multiple of 10 there. So let's turn all the y's into 10. So I'm going to take this top equation, and I'm going to multiply it by a negative. And what multiple is this? This is multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 times 5 equals 10. And for the bottom equation, this is multiple 1 and multiple 2, so I'm going to multiply it by 2 because 5 times 2 equals 10. So I'm just going to rewrite both of the equations, and this just distributes to all the values, all the terms. So we have negative 15x plus 10y, and I'm distributing that negative sign too if you notice, equals negative 10. And for the other equation, we have 10x minus 10y equals 20. And it worked because we have positive and negative 10 for y, so we can eliminate y. So adding, we have 20 plus a negative 10 is a 10, and then we have 0y, and we have negative 5x. And so we just solve for x, simplify the equation, and divide both sides by negative 5. X equals negative 2. And we're almost there, guys. So then we're just going to bring this back over here. So plugging in x, we have 5 times negative 2 minus 5y equals 10. And we're just going to simplify that. Negative 10 minus 5y equals 10. Add 10 to both sides. And we have negative 5y equals 20. And divide by negative 5. And we get y equals negative 4. So there is our answer. We have negative 2, negative 4. And that is our solution to these two equations. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and please feel free to leave comments below for if you have any questions or future videos you'd like to see. And please hit the like button if this video helped you at all, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thanks guys for watching, and remember, brains are beautiful.